if you're a Sabres fan, you head into this season with so much hope, and then you just see that, which zaps it all away in the first 2 games of the season.
It's Monday, and people are pissed because the Buffalo Sabres are on season Overwatch.
Sean's so pissed he was not playing the graphic.
No, the graphic didn't work for me.
All right, the graphic.
You know what else didn't work for you? The Buffalo Sabres.
The graphic, much like the Buffalo Sabres, are on Overwatch. They lost both games of the Global Series to the Devils, scored 1 goal each game, lost 4-1 Friday, 3-1 Saturday. Zach Benson suffered a lower body injury in game 1, and JJ Peterka was concussed in game 2. We have a tweet from Sean DePaz on X saying, completely unfair that our season ends before 30 teams even start theirs. Boy, oh boy, that all happened very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
I'll say I want to let you two go, but I'm not at all even coming close to giving up. But give me your thoughts.
I'm not at all coming close to giving up, but if there is any team that is worth panicking over after 2 games, it's the Buffalo Sabres based off of what you saw from the first 2 games, because like you got the Lindy Ruff experience, parentheses derogatory, but like so many things that I was upset about from Lindy Ruff being hired based off of what I saw from the Devils last year carried over into the first 2 games, and you did not see like the steps forward or any of the initial developments that you would want to see from the Buffalo Sabres in those first 2 games, other than the goaltending. The goaltending was the only thing that wasn't fucking dog shit from that team in the first 2 games, which is great. I think that UPL and Devin Levi can feel really good about their performances. But holy shit, the team in front of them was so bad, completely disjointed. They had like no flow to their game. It seemed like they were playing very individual hockey, which is what we've seen from the Buffalo Sabres for like the past year or so, where like you got a lot of good players and a lot of potential in the lineup, but you have to play like a team. You have to play like adults. You have to have some structure and some flow to your attack. And they just fucking didn't. And their power play was awful. They look completely unprepared.
Power play bad.
Very bad.
They look completely unprepared. And like, if you're a Sabres fan, you head into this season with so much hope, and then you just see that, which zaps it all away in the first 2 games of the season.
In fairness, I don't think Sabres fans were heading into the season with so much hope. I think that we gave them one kind of confusing shot in the arm the last couple of weeks because we just got so excited about them. But I think that by and large, Sabres fans spent the offseason not even knowing that Ryan McLeod was fast.
Yeah, but maybe we're giving ourselves too much credit. Like, they had a great preseason. I know it doesn't matter for shit, but they had a great preseason.
If preseason doesn't matter, explain our last 2 weeks of the show. But guys, we got to come hand up. We apparently got into something that didn't matter because we were very into preseason. Sean, your thoughts, my friend?
They are who we thought they were, who I thought they were. Like I have been saying consistently that the only reason I was excited was vibes, and the vibes floated out into the ether shortly into game 1. Like Pete said, the only redeeming quality it was like more than them just like not being dog shit like the rest of the team. Like UPL and Devin Levi they were fucking nails. Like especially Levi in game 2 was unbelievable. Game 1, UPL could only do so much. Like at least the first 2 goals, there was nothing he could have done anything about. But yeah, it was not good. The power play was very, very bad. Some of our young defensemen were making very bad mistakes. There was that one, I think it was the second goal in game 1, where they just passed the puck right between, I think it was Byram and Owen Power. And it's just like, this team looks very bad. And then the Buffalo Bills are also dog shit. So it kind of all feeds together. The negative energy just feeds each other.
I felt during game 1, it felt like a Sabres game way quicker than I thought it was going to feel like a Sabres game. I thought that we were going to be at least a few weeks away from like because you know what I mean when I say it felt like a Sabres game. It's a strange, difficult to describe feeling watching the Buffalo Sabres because you like all the players on the ice. Generally, they're not doing anything, and you're like, why? It's like a movie that you're like waiting to start. Like you're 25 minutes into it, and you're like, what is this movie about? That's what a Sabres
And then
game
you watch
can
the
feel
whole
like.
movie and you're like, oh, it's not about anything. It just is a bad movie. Trevor, like I
A
joke.
bad movie with a great cast.
Why did they have this guy direct it again?
Yeah.
Trevor I think is joking. So the vibes were left at Oktoberfest in Germany. That's the one thing that I'm kind of trying to like hold on to hope with is like they were in Europe a week earlier than the Devils, have been hanging out at Oktoberfest. Like JJ was probably getting them all kinds of fucked up, drinking German beers. They haven't been in their own bed in like 2-3 weeks. Have a few days off, get home, play the Kings on Thursday. Like hopefully it was just because of the circumstances that they looked god awful. I still don't think this team is going to be like great by any means, but maybe they're not quite as bad as they look.
That makes me feel better about the fact that for the last 10 minutes in my head, I've been like, am I still stoned? I feel like a little still, maybe a little stony baloney on this. So you being like, it's okay that the team lost. They drank 1 week prior. Understandable.
I think they were drinking.
Throw out their Stacey Faye comment because that's very good point. The Sabres are Joker too. Haven't heard a lot of
Who the
hype.
fuck wants to watch
Haven't
that?
heard a single good thing about it, and nobody liked it. What they saw in the initial weekend.
I wish Lady Gaga had something to do with the Sabres. They'd be more interesting.
No, you wish Celine Dion had something to do with the Sabres.
don't even get me
Dude,
started.
you riding. I love a young sports fan being like, you know what? All of this needs more Celine Dion. What was your tweet? You said like,
I said Celine Dion could stare blankly into a camera for 5 minutes and get me fired up. What an icon! Because she had a little cut scene thing before Sunday Night Football last night, and it just had her music playing in the background. It was just like highlights of the Cowboys and Steelers, and I was like, this rocks. This is the coolest
Amazing.
thing I've ever seen.
If you are a Sabres fan and you're looking for like any reason to have hope after a despondent first weekend, like it wouldn't be a Sabres season without a fucking horrible October.
Yeah,
or like an incredible October.
Can I
If
get
they
this
want to
stat?
get this out of the
One way or
way
another.
now, that works too.
from the Sabre Report on Twitter, Lindy Ruff's New Jersey Devils went 0-2-0 to start the 2022-23 season. They went 52-20-8 the rest of the way. So again, get those sorry Lindy chants ready. And good news and bad news. The bad news is you don't know puck, and both of you. And the good news is the deserve to win a meter is back, and it says that you don't know puck because apparently in game one the Sabres had that ass. I don't know puck either, by the way.
I just not like the deserve to win a meter doesn't fucking know puck.
That's my favorite part about
There's
it.
no chance the deserve to win a meter watched that hockey game and was like, "Fuck yeah, Sabres."
But
I
I'm
was
like,
gonna
I need
say.
an unbiased read on this game and also for it to not know puck. I need an unbiased read from somebody that does not know what the fuck they're talking about.
Like if my little sister were to turn on the Sabres game and be like, at least they're trying. Like, were they?
Why are you so mad at them? They're trying.
And like we've seen the deserve to win a meter at times be like, okay, that tracks. Like game one of, or I'm actually forgetting what the deserve to win a meter looked like in game one
of the cup final.
The cup final.
Where it was like one team was trying everything and they just couldn't score.
But the
Tracks.
Oilers fucking killed it in game one. They just didn't score.
Exactly. Nothing about the Sabres performance except for a couple of good UPL saves looked like they had any
What
right
was
to
the
win that
break
game.
they got? Because I can wrap my head around something like that where it's like the puck didn't go in the net. But if your deserve to win a meter thing is your goalie was really good, it's like, then didn't the other team deserve to win if your goalie was really good? That they had to do a really good job?
I've seen the deserve to win a meter be wrong. I've never seen it be that wrong. Like that, still preseason for the deserve to win a meter.
I was going to say maybe it was just getting warmed up because the deserve to win a meter, Sean, had a better showing in game two. Let's see it. That's more like it.
But the Sabres look better in game two to me. Like not good, but they look better than they did in game one.
Apologies to any
just 'cause of the
audio
goaltending,
listeners.
maybe.
This is the first. Game one was 76.3% in favor of the Sabres, and game two, 84.5% in favor of the Devils. And again, we are to assume that the deserve to win a meter. Like, have you ever looked at what the numbers on there even are. I've never looked at. I just know there's something that's pointing to something, and it says the word simulations.
Yeah, 1,000 simulations based off of the way that like the game went, just purely numbers wise, and who would end up winning.
I just don't know how they could have made an argument that the Sabres were even remotely close to having a chance at winning game one.
Well, the underrated part here for the game one instance is that a Sabres fan watched that game, then went to whatever I think is it Money Puck? Who does the deserve to win a meter?
Money Puck does that big cool circular thing with that goes.
I think it's Money Puck. Whoever does the deserve to win a meter. A Sabres fan watched that game and then said, I wonder what the deserve to win a meter thinks.
That's right.
And then screenshotted it, posted it online, and like tried to make the argument that like the Sabres got hosed.
It's the old who's weirder, the person with the like super old bad tweets, or the person who saw a celebrity and thought, I wonder if they have old bad tweets.
It is Money Puck, by the way.
Okay.
Shout out Money Puck. We love you. I'm getting a Money Puck t-shirt.
I love that.
It just says deserve to win a meter.
The one thing I'll say, maybe the Devils are just the greatest team in hockey. Like, if maybe they are just as awesome as people.
We're going to
are
get to that in one. We are absolutely going to get to that. But first, I need to note, I've been texting you or tweeting at you. I can't remember throughout the weekend.
I want nothing to do with this. I think I know where you're going, and I want nothing to do.
They're doing the Oilers thing. They're doing the Oilers thing.
If it means firing Lindy Ruff in a month, by all means.
You also had a tweet that said firing Lindy Ruff in a month is going to hit like crack. Relax on that. But
I don't know if
they lost early, and then yesterday they waived a goalie.
Yeah. I don't know where I land on Sean like being immediately on the fire Lindy train, because you were initially against the Lindy hiring, then you came around on the Lindy hiring.
But again,
you gotta pick one.
I have only come around on the vibes, and game 1 and 2, the vibes have been murdered. So I have nothing. Like, no hockey reason did I ever think that the Sabres were going to be good. It was only vibes.
What if he puts the hat back on? What if Lindy wears the hat?
If he wears the hat and they smoke the Kings, I'm back on. I'm back on the train.
Lindy's got to wear the hat. Hey, thanks for watching the channel.
We appreciate everybody who checks out our stuff, but 80% of our viewers are not actually subscribed to this page, so if you could smash that subscribe button, it would go a very long way for us.
The more subscriptions we have, the more visibility we get from YouTube, which allows us to do more.
So press that button. Thank you. Okay, another way to put it is that the Devils are really good because they won both of those games. Obviously, somebody had to, despite not having Brett Pesce or Luke Hughes. Pesce at home, recovering from off-season surgery. Luke Hughes out with the shoulder injury, and as a result, they've got to play something called Seamus Casey.
Oh,
was not familiar with his game as much as I should have been. Rookie defenseman, University of Michigan product, who is not on the Blue Jackets, and he scored his first career goal. My main takeaway is the Devils are out here having defense prospects. Like,
oh yeah,
what the hell? You already have Dougie Hamilton and Brett Pesce, Luke Hughes. Like, you're fine there, man. And you got a goalie now. Shout out Jacob Markstrom, who was good in game 1.
Oh yeah, I mean, Seamus Casey been a thing, and very excited, like unbelievable real deal moment in game 2 with the old slippery drag and shoot. Unbelievable. It's not fair. We can say the Devils blue line is not fair. Just an embarrassment of riches back there.
It's going to be very, very awesome. Also worth noting that in game 1, if you're looking for some Devils porn, they jumped out to a 3-0 lead. The Devils trailed first in 20 of their first 27 games last season. Sean is like doing the like, of course thing as a Sabres fan, being like, the team that can't do this one thing did it so well against my guys.
Need to get right, play a Buffalo team.
Yeah, get right game.
That I feel like that was the defining characteristic of the Sabres or the Devils
early.
last year, that they every game, like 5 minutes into the game, they were down 1-0. So like Devils incredible for all the demoralization of the Sabres in the first 2 games. Devils complete opposite end of the spectrum. We didn't even mention Simon Nemec. The chat saying Simon Nemec, like, he's going to be a stud. I agree. Their back end is going to be insane, and it's going to have some. Sheldon Keefe's going to have some tough lineup decisions to make once everybody's healthy. And like I was texting with my Devils fan friend over the weekend, Ian. He was like, I don't think that you can take Seamus Casey out of the lineup after like 2 games.
He
was the guy. He was like supposed to be the odd man out. I don't know if he is anymore.
My favorite non-Utah move probably of the offseason was the Devils getting Brett Pesce. I thought that it kind of flew under the radar. The double whammy of Dougie Hamilton coming back, and Dougie Hamilton looked good. And then adding Pesce when you already have young defensemen who really could kind of carry the day. I like what the Devils do, which is they lean into what their strengths are, kind of what the Bruins do. Like if we have good defensemen, like fuck it, let's just get a bunch of good defensemen. They finally have a goalie now. Markstrom stopped 30 of 31 shots in game 1. Looked good. Didn't have the toughest time in the world. Obviously, we talked about the Sabres power play struggling in game 1. But if you are a Devils fan, considering what they were able to do without 2 of their real key pieces, amazing.
Yeah.
Off to a great start. Shout out Sheldon Keefe. And then after the second game, the social team got into it and dunked on the Sabres real bad, saying, turns out the Sabres were right at home the whole time, and then the O2 Arena turns into the 0-2 Arena. May I ask about the behavior?
Love it.
It's good behavior.
Good behavior.
I mean, A+ behavior from the Devils' perspective. Absolutely.
And you have this, what I like about this is you don't turn that around in 5 seconds after the game.
No.
Oh, no. You watch the first 2 periods of game 1, you're like, I'm
thinking
cooking.
This was done on the flight to Europe.
That would be insane. You got to wait until at least game 1.
I think that walking into O2 Arena, somebody on the Devils media team saw that it was called O2 Arena and was like, it'd be funny if we went 2-0 and then we could turn that into a joke against the Sabres.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that was said, they spent the next 2 days rooting so fucking hard for the Devils to win both games, and we're ready to go with that.
Yeah, you have that idea immediately.
Great part of that, too, is that not only was it a good idea and very funny, the execution on it was incredible. Like the Photoshop work or whatever it is, post-production, unbelievable stuff. Great work by the Devils social team.
Outstanding stuff. I've been to I was going to say 0-2 Arena. I've been to O2 Arena twice.
Nice.
Fun fact, saw the late Coyotes there.
Oh, wow.
I believe Wayne Gretzky was the coach at the time.
Nice.
Boston Bruins lost game 1. Nathan Horton scored. Won game 2. They went from Tuukka Rask was their starter in game 1. Tim Thomas, I believe, got a shutout in game 2. Tyler Seguin scored his first goal, and the Bruins won the cup as a result of it. So shout out Prague, shout out O2 Arena.
My only thing about that idea is if I came up with that idea and I was a Devils person and we lost game 1, part of me would want to tell the Sabres social person, be like, this is such a you got to do this. This is such a good idea. I don't want it to go to waste.
Roast me, daddy?
I feel like it's like
that
a
if you're a
social
content person and you come up with a good idea,
you're like,
you
want
don't
to
want to see it die for no reason.
Yeah, I agree.
We all silly like the mayor.